Imagine waking up 30,000 years ago with one dangerous idea. You decide to leave your camp completely alone. No friends, no family, no hunting partners. At first, everything feels peaceful. Birds sing, and the forest seems completely harmless. But ancient forests had one terrifying rule. Silence never meant safety. Hidden predators may already be watching you. A single mistake could become your last. There were no roads, no rescue teams, and no emergency calls. There were no roads, no rescue teams, and no emergency calls. Why did ancient humans almost never travel alone? The answer changed the future of humanity. If you could visit the prehistoric world for just one day, you'd notice something surprising. The biggest danger wasn't always an animal. Often, the world itself was trying to kill you. There were no roads, no maps, and no GPS. Every journey meant entering completely unknown territory. Mountains, rivers, forests, and valleys blocked your way. Even finding clean drinking water wasn't guaranteed. A calm morning could become a violent storm by afternoon. Heavy rain could turn a small river into a deadly obstacle. Food couldn't be packed in advance. It had to be found every single day. Every decision could determine whether you survived another day. That's why groups divided the work, instead of facing every challenge alone. In prehistoric life, survival depended on many people, solving many problems together. Imagine walking through a dense prehistoric forest. Every tree and every strange sound could hide danger. One person alone only had 2 eyes and 2 ears. A group could watch in every direction at once. One person watched the ground for fresh footprints. Another searched the trees for movement. Another listened for unusual bird calls. Those frightened birds often warned of nearby predators. Groups also discovered food much faster. Each person noticed something different. Memory itself became a survival tool. Together, their observations created a much bigger picture. Every extra pair of eyes made it far more likely that everyone would return home safely. Many people imagine ancient humans as fearless super hunters. But the real story is far more surprising. Alone, a human was actually one of the weakest large mammals. We had no sharp claws, no powerful jaws, and no incredible speed. Even our skin offered very little protection. Facing a giant animal alone was incredibly dangerous. Humans survived because they learned to work together. Humans survived because they learned to work together. One distracted the animal, while others prepared their spears. When someone grew tired, another hunter took over. Their strength came from coordination, not from individual power. Together, ordinary people became an extraordinary force. For ancient humans, the greatest weapon wasn't the spear. It was the people standing beside you. Imagine forgetting every survival skill. You wouldn't know which berries were safe to eat. You couldn't recognize fresh animal tracks or find clean water. Ancient humans weren't born with this knowledge. Every survival skill had to be learned over many years. No single person could become an expert at everything. Each traveler became skilled in different things. An elder remembered hidden water sources that never dried up. A skilled hunter could read footprints like a story. Parents and elders taught these lessons to every new generation. Campfire stories became survival lessons that everyone remembered. A traveling group was more than a team. It was a living library. Together, their combined knowledge allowed them to survive where one person alone would almost certainly fail. Imagine you're walking across rough ground when your foot lands on a loose rock. Suddenly, you slip and twist your ankle. A sharp pain makes every step almost impossible. Today, that would usually be just an inconvenience. But in prehistoric times, a simple injury could become deadly. Without help, you couldn't travel, hunt, or gather enough food. Predators naturally targeted slow and vulnerable prey. Everything changed if your group was still with you. Friends helped you stand and supported your weight. Others gathered food, carried water, and guarded the camp. Some prehistoric skeletons show severe injuries that completely healed. Those discoveries suggest injured people survived because others cared for them. Sometimes, the greatest survival tool wasn't a weapon. It was someone who refused to leave you behind. Predators weren't the only danger ancient travelers feared. Sometimes, the greatest threat was simply getting lost. Every tree and every hill started to look exactly the same. You think you're going home, but you're actually walking in circles. Without maps or GPS, one wrong turn could become a disaster. As daylight faded, every mistake became more dangerous. Night brought freezing cold, hidden cliffs, and hunting predators. A group was much less likely to lose its way. Each traveler remembered different landmarks along the journey. Some watched the sun, others followed rivers or the stars. Together, they corrected small navigation mistakes before they became deadly. Many minds often make better navigation decisions than one. In the ancient world, finding your way home depended on many minds working together. One of humanity's greatest strengths wasn't just intelligence. It was the ability to trust other people. Many animals mainly protect their own families. Humans slowly learned to cooperate with unrelated people. A hunter might share food with someone outside their family. Someone else might help build a shelter or rescue an injured traveler. One good deed often led to another. These acts created friendships built on trust. Those friendships slowly grew into larger communities. Traveling together meant building relationships, not just staying alive. The people beside you became hunters, teachers, and protectors. Long before cities existed, humans built trust. And that trust helped humanity spread across the world. After everything we've learned, there's one final surprise. The biggest reason humans stayed together may have been inside the brain itself. Think about how uncomfortable it feels to be completely alone. That feeling may not be a weakness at all. It may be one of humanity's oldest survival systems. For ancient humans, being alone made every danger much worse. People who quickly rejoined their group were more likely to survive. Over thousands of generations, This response became stronger. Loneliness became more than an emotion. It acted like a warning signal. Just as pain warns your body, loneliness may have warned your ancestors. That instinct may still influence us today. A desire to be together may be one of the oldest messages carried by the human mind. Subscribe to EVOLIQ and watch more amazing videos.